Okay, hi there. Just a quick video to speak about these solar panels that I bought. If you focus on the solar panels. So these are polycrystalline silicon solar panels. And they come, I bought a whole bunch of them in kind of, if you look at these, just you can buy them loose. So sometimes you can get like bankrupt stock, or you can get kind of just crappy ones from the factory that might have blemishes on and things like that. So it turns out it's a lot cheaper. I think it's about half the price rather than buying like a pre-assembled panel. Of course, the issue is you've got to then assemble them yourself. So we look at this, how you would actually assemble it. So this is a panel. They're very thin and they're very they're actually breakable. You can easily accidentally break them, like I've done there. If I just do that, so you can see that they're very, very easy to break. So you have to be very careful with them. What you do to join them together is you have to solder on these strips. So I've soldered that on the back incredibly badly actually. I used non-lead solder and it's just like a mess. So I think you need to use a lot more flux, and probably I need a higher temperature because I'm not using the non-lead, I'm using the non-lead solder. But each of these individual panels will generate, this is connected to the back of the panel and the front of the panel, and if you see on there it's generating approximately half a volt. If it's in complete sunlight it should be half a volt, and it's pretty consistent. So if you want to make more than half a volt, because half a volt solar panel is not really useful, you need to join them together. So the way that you would join them together is, I'll show you over here. If we just now go around here, where I've got a stack of them, you then take them, and this is soldered to the back, so that's the positive terminal, and you then just solder this to the front to join them up in series. So then by soldering that onto there, you would then create a 1 volt panel. So by arranging them in whatever configuration you want, you can create whatever voltage you want. So I'm going to arrange these on here. I found out that can fit actually 7 in one row on this particular piece, in one column. So that's 3.5 volts per column. So I'm probably going to just use 2 columns and make a single panel out of 2 columns to give a 7 volt panel, with the reasoning that, you know, depending on shading and so on, that's about 6 volts, and then if I have 2 panels that's about 12 volts. So I could then use that, put that into a charging circuit that needs 12 volts to charge a battery, lead acid battery or whatever. And with the half panel, the 7 volt panel, I could put that through a regulator and through another kind of charging circuit for 5 volt type circuitry. So that's my reasoning, and I've just used a bit of MDF, and I'm going to put a piece of Perspex on top. And glass would be much better, so maybe I'll get a piece of glass. But I had the Perspex for another project, and I had these lying around for such a long time. I just thought, look, I'm just going to do it. Just as an experiment. Like, these 40 pieces cost me £20, 40 things, so 20 volts. And yeah, I just thought I'd just do it. Otherwise they'll just be sitting around on the shelf forever. So once I've tried it out, then I can evaluate, is this really worth doing on a larger scale for, you know, like kilowatt systems and so on? Or should I just, instead of spending my Sunday soldering these things up, should I just buy the solar panels instead? So, okay, that's it. Cut.